Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to see if we can surprise the standard meta with, well, Smuggler Surprise. Because you haven't played it in a minute, figured might as well give it a go, because there's some new pieces. So not a lot here that should surprise you. You've seen the usual suspects of the Llanowar Elf. We are playing a full set of Smuggler Surprise, so we can sneak some big things onto the battlefield. We do have some Get Lost and a Braid, because this also gets rid of some artifacts that you run into from time to time, while getting rid of some creatures. Of course, we have Badger Mole. We are playing Intrepid Paleontologist as our way to deal with some graveyard stuff. We have a couple of Lumbering World Wagons. Some Exalted Sunborn. This is actually nice because, one, it's some life gain, but also can be copied with a Calamity. We do have Terror of the Peaks to get some extra damage in there. Overlord of the Hauntwoods to also help further ramp us up. Calamity, Galloping Inferno, so whenever we saddle and attack, we can copy multiple times any of these creatures that have entered the battlefield triggers, which is really nice. And then we have Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, which is good for some damage as well. However, I think we might want to swap these out for the White Dragon, I think is what we want to do. Mostly because the removal spell on here is cheaper, and we can use that earlier, and this still gains life later. It is more expensive, so we'll see. Maybe I'll play 1-1 for now. Let's do that. Let's do 1-1 till we figure out how we feel about it, and then at the end of the video, we'll correct it and figure out what works best. I think that's the way I go about business here. Otherwise, y'all know the drill. If you want to support the channel, be sure to check out our friends at Tales of Adventure. You can save 5% on all your Magic stuff. All you got to do is use my code. It's Dragon. It's DRAGN. You get to save yourself some money while supporting the channel. Everybody wins. But all right, all that being said, let's go see if we can surprise the current standard meta. You know what? We're on the draw, so I'm going to keep this. I don't think it's particularly great, but we do have a defensive card if we need it. We have some ramp if nothing happens. And then hopefully we'll get an untapped land by the third turn. And there's a Lumbering World Wagon. So we'll see if this works out. It is a hand where, just 2 mana could end up catching us in a bad spot, but we'll see. That is not a card we wanted to see right off top. I just want an untapped land. That's all we're looking for here. Alright, we're getting hit with a desert, and since they didn't do anything, we did find our untapped land, which is nice. So even if they get rid of our Paleontologist here, we will be able to play a World Wagon. I don't think it's worth playing the Hauntwoods, just because if we draw another untapped land, we can just play full-size Hauntwoods at that point. And then, that sets up Calamity, clean to copy the Hauntwoods. Spinewoods Armadillo. That was in an early version of this deck, actually. It's amusing. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not even going to attack here. We're just going to do this with Lumbering World Wagon so that I can play the Ridgeline tapped here and have all of our mana next turn if we want it. I think that's the way to go about business here. I mean, we could set up a turn where we get to do Calamity and Exalted Sunborn, right? Because if we play Overlord of the Hauntwoods, we'll get a land. We can attack with this, get a land. And that'd be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'd be able to. So we might be able to do it all in one turn. This is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and... I think it's worth... I was going to say it's worth taking 2, but they're doing something with deserts. I don't know what their plan is here yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and just take 2. I think we're going to go for our big fun combo finish, which we probably won't need, because we are getting in for 9 here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if the opponent sweeps the board, we still can come in for lethal with Calamity, Copy, and Exalted Sunborn, which makes like, I don't know, 9 tokens or something. So let's see what happens. Oh, that Virtue is not going to be nearly enough. If they don't have an instant speed removal, oh man. Oh man, y'all are going to get to see the greatness. Oh, they have something. Dang it! We may have to do it next turn. Or do they? Saddle? You're not going to come after Calamity? Okay. Go to attacks. All right. Here we go. 1 million copies of Exalted Sunborn incoming. Yeah, killing Calamity now is too late, opponent. I was waiting to see if they were, so we could just use Calamity to crew the World Wagon, but... Oh, overkill. Yep. That is 10 tokens to do 27 damage, and we gain go up to 54 life. Now, people are probably wondering, how does Exalted Sunborn make so many tokens? Well, because Sunborn is making 2 copies here, boom, boom, this one also sees these and say, hey, whenever you would make a copy, you make another copy. So they're like, all right, here comes 2. And this one says, here comes 2. But then these also see each other. So then they're like, yeah, have 2 more. And yeah, have 2 more. So that's how we end up at this many creatures, which is just absolutely insane. That probably won't come up the rest of the video, but it's cool that it came up in the first game. We're going to keep this, but if Llanowar dies, this hand does turn very slow very quickly. And we're going to end up taking 6 damage right now. So, not the best. Okay, that helps out a little bit, actually. Makes the pain stop somewhat. Because rarely do they let you keep all your mana creatures. And, you know, for good reason. Yep, Seam Rip makes a lot of sense here. Matter of fact, under the circumstances, I think I'm going ahead and just play that tapped. So I don't have to worry about it. I guess I could have played this on tap, but it's whatever. Corpses of the Lost. Sure. And this is where, like, we can kill one of their dudes, and I think it's fine. Actually, how much damage are we willing to take? Because there is a world where we just make... I don't think that's any better, though. Let's go ahead and just use this. And just see what we draw next turn. I mean, obviously, there's going to be more hasty skeletons. I'm not crazy, but... Figured we'd see what's going on. Play this tapped, play this. They only have 1 black mana right now, so it's probably removal spell, attack for 3. Actually, play something and make me block it, probably. Oh, it's a shelter. Well, alright, that's a thing that happened. Sure, I guess we go here. I mean, if they're playing just another shelter, like, what are we going to do, right? We have to draw another removal spell. If we don't, we lose. It's probably the situation. And we take 4. That's not going to be pleasant. Now, if we can draw even another small creature, we can... Okay, a Braid also works. Not what we were looking for, but it'll suffice for the moment. We also get a creature back in the process, so that's okay. Oh, actually, we get to get rid of their whole board. Because we get rid of this, right? Pay the ward. Then we get a Deuter back, which now gets to get rid of that. And then we get to play this tapped. And no attacks. We're only at 4. We don't want to do anything silly where they could play 2 creatures and then just come after us. That would be bad. Seam Rip, sure. That makes sense, though. Their hand was full of Seam Rips. And we just ended up with big creatures. So that makes a lot of sense, actually. Ooh, this is tough. I probably want to leave up a Braid instead of play Overlord here. So I'm actually just going to Bossing Say a land. And then play this tapped. So that way I could leave this up. And then try to Overlord next turn. Because we don't want to go down to 2, obviously. There's too many things we could lose to that way. And this just makes that a non-issue. Yeah, you're not attacking with that. Pretty certain. And then this is why we kept this, so we can get rid of that. Now we can start doing things. Deal 6 to you. And attack for 5. All right. We have a lot of potential damage now, though. There is a battlefront. Don't know if they could get anything we lose to here, so we should be okay. I guess we could get surprised. All right, you off a land. You make a 2/1 spider. But we get the land back, so that's not a huge deal. Yeah, sure. Oh, well, that'll do, friends. That'll do nicely. Heck yeah, get that out the way. We're going to saddle up with this and go get them. Yep. Got it. Whew, we hung around at 4 for a long time. We had to play defensive while we were hoping to find something. But that was a case where, was it just 2 abrades? Yeah, it was just 2 abrades. Everything else was in play. So we just kept drawing a lot of land, but it worked out. Ooh, we get to go first and can't even take advantage of the opportunity. I'm going to mulligan and see how much we hate ourselves. I'm going to keep this and oddly get rid of Smuggler Surprise here. Mostly because I want to keep at least 1 removal spell. And the mana's obviously good. So I think we're going to go here. And especially when you don't know what you're up against. You know, so okay, well we got another surprise. That's nice. Usually where we're going to lose a Paleontologist, because those decks play a bajillion removal, but not this time, actually. So that's nice. Don't hate that. This is 2 to equip? Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. Am I willing to block here, actually? I think I might be. Mostly because we're planning to play the long game anyway. So we just take our time here and just see if we can find something to continue on with. All right, another Planisphere. Okay, that's not bad to have. I'm going to go ahead and go here. We're going to take some damage along the way, which is okay, I guess. We knew this was a possibility, though. So we could be taking probably up to 5 here. Realistically, it's probably 3. It's just what combination of things are going to make it 3. They could also equip a Planisphere, play a spell, get 2 counters that way. Like, it looks like that's what they're thinking about. Yeah. So that's a real possibility, too. The other good news, though, is they're... Oh, okay. Sure. I will go ahead and get a white mana just because, I guess. I guess you're just doing a check to see if I have any other basics. I mean, we have plenty, obviously. Okay. Ooh, Calamity. You are almost good enough. I am going to hold, actually. I think we have enough life to not be in a big hurry here. Now, I could have tried to kill it on my turn, because there's a real chance they're playing something like... 3 steps ahead or something here. Okay, they're not, though. So, no harm, no foul. And I could have waited till they looked at their cards, so they're making a choice with less information. However, I also wanted to do it before they got to see 2 more cards, because if they didn't have a counter in hand, they could have drawn one. Dragonfly. Sure. No, that's exactly what we didn't want it to be. Oh, man. Oh, that's so hurtful. Dang. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much. Yeah, this is just going to hurt. Not a lot I can do about it. Man. Almost any other card than a Calamity would have been okay there. Or at least would have been reasonable. That's just tough. Yeah, we're going to take a loss here. Just to bad draws, unfortunately. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to do here. Being real with you. Like, I don't know what the right answer is. Like, are we supposed to dig for a land? I think I just waited too long on the Smuggler Surprise. Like, yeah, and we drew triple Calamity. All right, opponent wins. No need to even mess around. All right, let's keep it. I mean, we have colors. Ooh, all right. Well, that changes things. I was going to play the Boss Thing save first, but when you draw a Llanowar Elf, you kind of got to go for it. Now, if we get to keep the elf... Okay, we're not going to get to keep it, so that changes that whole thing. I was going to say, tap the elf to play the Badger Mole Cub, so we could leave this up and still have access to more mana there. But I think this is going to be the play. I normally wait on Badger Mole Cub to play it, so I can get more mana on the following turn. And then if they just kill our creature again, then we play Badger Mole Cub. Because a lot of times they try to keep you off every mana creature. Now, they have a Tender Wild Guys. They're doing some mana-ing of their own. Let's go ahead and play this. And I'm really unsure of if we want to get rid of a Wild Guide here. Or wait for... Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Because if they still play Ouroboros, we can get rid of Ouroboros with the Get Lost. And that's fine. And there it is, right on time. Okay, we have a lot of mana. We even have double red. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we'll just Exalted Sunborn and Get Lost. Just hard cast it. And then Get Lost that. And attack. Alright. And then we can Calamity Sunborn, which I didn't think would come up multiple times in one video, but here we are. We might get to do it again. Unless they have a removal spell for our Sunborn, which is possible. Oh, they're cracking maps. They don't have it, y'all. They're cracking maps. They ain't got it. Alright, we're gonna go bananas, as they say. Would you like to deal with my Calamity, opponents? Because if you have something, now's the time. Oh boy. Looks like they don't. Also, Badger Mole Cubbing to turn all of our lands into creatures, also amusing. Yeah, I'm in. Here come 10 tokens on deck. Yep, most people don't realize what's about to happen when they see that. This is just gross. Yeah. Yep. It's just a one-turn kill. Like, I mean... What is that? 36 damage in one hit? No, it's 44 damage in one hit. Sure, your guy can have indestructible or whatever. I don't know. Fine. Wow, is that turn 4? 5. Okay. Ooh, boy. All right, let's try it. We did draw an Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, and we wanted to see how that fit. So, sure. Though we kind of have a very defensive hand here, right? Double Abrade, Boiler Bilges. Probably not going to get to keep a Badger Mole Cub, if we're being honest. So if given a choice, we'll talk about something here, is if you're going to play these 2 lands, turn 1, either one's going to be tapped. You go ahead and play the Stomping Ground, because there's a chance we could draw Llanowar Elf and just play this tapped. Alright, you get an Abrade. And then we take no damage. Now, admittedly, that didn't happen, so the choice didn't really matter. But you always play to your best case next turn, every time you play a land, if you can. Deep Cavern Bat. Sure, you get my Badger Mole Cub. I mean, I assume you got to take the Badger Mole Cub. Yeah, like... Well, that's unfair, huh? My bad, opponent. Pass the turn. Because now we can just use a Braid to get rid of a Deep Cavern Bat to get back our other Badger Mole Cub. Well, now we have to use it because you duressed us. You forced our hand. Not that we weren't going to do it anyway. Gonna sacrifice your dude for some value? No, they're just gonna kill a Badger Mole Cub. Sure. Heavy removal black. Nothing wrong with it. And now their duress does nothing, which we love. So the question now is, could we get enough value off of this Badger Mole later? We gotta try, right? The problem is the opponent knows the majority of our hand at this point. So we probably just play Calamity and let Calamity go away. Oh, there's a chance we're just dead here. We have to kill that, sadly. Alright, full value. This is where Overlord of the Boiler Bilges is better, though, right? Because if this is the dragon, I can't deal damage to flyers with the adventure part of it, or whatever we call those omen parts of it. Oh, we got him, team. We got him. Juice up with this guy. In we come. We're going to send the first 2 at this, and the rest at the opponent. Nice. Solid win against Mono Black. Those are the ones that when you're looking at wins and you go, yeah, what constitutes a good win or a bad win? The opponent got Deep Cavern Bat, removal, double duress, Bloodletter, and the room, and we were able to beat that draw. That's pretty solid, right? You can't really complain about that. But this is, again, where having the Boiler Bilges was better than having the Dragon, because these were also able to get that out of the way and attack for a bunch. Admittedly, the Dragons would have let me gain, whatever that was, 10 more life, but then their 6/6 would have blocked Calamity or one of the Dragons or something. They'd still be alive. So maybe Boiler Bilges is the right choice. But this is why sometimes, if you're testing, you can play 1 or 2 or split your cards 2 and 2, whatever, and kind of get a feel for what's better than the other one for what you're trying to do. This time we drew the Twin Maw. But I don't think we can keep this. There's no mana advancement of any kind in that hand. I think we're going to go like this, and I don't love it, actually. Sure. This is kind of a tough hand to keep, really. Double freebooters. Yep, those freebooters will do whatever you want them to do, friend. Take damage for this. I guess we put this on forests? I for real don't know. Lewis, just a straight up small Lewis. You know what? Sometimes you just do what you gotta do. Can't fault you for it. If I'm probably gonna end up having to just get lost to Lewis, I think. Ugh. If I believe that, then this is probably correct. Simulacrum, sure. Let's go ahead and hit this. Still taking 3. I'm going to assume there's a removal spell in hand just because you're playing black. Though, 1, 2, 3. Play this would be 4. We could torch something, play a land 5, 6. Can we get away with enough stuff here? I'm trying to think of just, is there a way we could try to work our way into a lucky smuggler surprise? And just not be dead. I don't know what the answer is, but have a feeling we'll find out. Sure. Demolition field, sure. Don't love it, but 'tis what it is. Another freebooter, sure. That one I think I'll get rid of. Now, interestingly, to the opponent's credit, they put it on the one that had summoning sickness, so they will get to attack for max value here, which is bad for us. The worst part is, we can't even bossing say a non-basic to protect anything, so they might just get rid of bossing say here. Or get rid of our... They're going to get rid of our 4-color land. Okay, that's actually better for us. I don't hate that at all. So now we can actually bossing say a land that if another demolition field comes up, we don't get wrecked. Okay, another smuggler surprise. So what if we... Whoa. Forgot. That's not a bossing say. That's a multiversal passage. Oopsie. All right, let's do one of these for just 2. Let's mill and put some stuff in our hand. None of those are great here. I mean, obviously we're taking the creature. And Restless Ridgeline. Play that as our land for the turn. And pass. Hopefully we're not dead here. And hopefully we draw something good to play alongside the Exalted Sunborn. That's the other thing.
I am the master here.
All right. If I take 4 now, we go down to 5. And then we're banking hard on this being something that we draw. That's good here. Oh, man. All right, I guess we just got to take it. I feel like we've missed on too many draws here that we're just hoping for the best case scenario, and that was not it. Damn, that sucks. All right. I mean, at this point, it's just like, hope you don't have a removal spell. Because we're not doing anything else here. All right, they're tapping a lot of land at least. So that's something. Okay, well now we gotta use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do this for 8, and I were to find something, she makes us sacrifice 2 creatures. We could get rid of elf and something after combat. I'd be able to block 2... Well, no matter what, I'm gaining some life. Yeah, I think we just got to tap the elf and go for it. Okay, solid. Ooh, 2 Sunborns. That's great, actually. Fantastic. That's probably the best case scenario. with us being at 5. And we'll get a Overlord next turn, so that's cool.
Smell the decay.
Okay, so that could have been a lot worse. We could have definitely done a lot worse than that. And now we can attack potentially into Liliana. They could have found a removal spell now, though. Yeah, they did. They found a Shoot the Sheriff. Ah, tough. We did what we could. And a Terminus, so we're going to have to worry about that next turn. Yeah, now we can't just attack into Liliana like we would want to. If we play this, though, any removal spell, we're just dead, though, right? So we kind of have to just play into our potential outs. I mean, any removal spell we lose, basically. We're at 1. All right, cool. That's ball game. Interesting. A hand with both Stormbrood and Boiler Bilges. We'll keep it. Let's go with that. Probably going to be twin mawing something if I were guessing. Yep. Oh. That's kind of interesting. So we're playing something that cares a lot about discarding and playing monuments. And they probably have another monument here. They wouldn't have just discarded the other one. Good news, we have a Braids. Bad news, no Braids are in our hand. Let's go get this. Artist talent, you got it. Sure. I actually don't hate that, as silly as that sounds. Though I'm tempted to play Terror of the Peaks here. Just to see what type of removal they have. And of course, if they target it, they do take 3. Alright. Man, a Braid, where are you at? This is one of the reasons we have you in here. Grand, sure. And Mako to do all the discarding. Oh, that's huge here. Well. Now we Smugler Surprise, put in Terror in this thing, and then just wipe out both their creatures? Seems good. All right. We have stolen the driver's seat. Ring River Regent, sure. Do what you got to do. Let's go back to here. Play a land. Do I just want to hit them for 3 here? Probably not. Let's pass the turn. Any chance you could draw a land here, opponent? I guess not. I mean, you draw a discard, draw a card. Nope, they're just going to level up. All right, fair enough. Yeah, no blocks, obviously. Okay, can we do enough to kill the opponent here? We can do this for 5, or for 6. Or we could just do this for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have just the wrong amounts of mana here. to do what I want to do. So my guess is we probably just have to do something like this for 5. Targeting that. This for 4. Targeting that. Play this tapped. Attack for 5. And then put the onus on them to figure something out here. We are only at 11, and they could see, like, up to 6 cards here, probably. Well, that's one way to see a lot of cards. Another Frostcliff Siege, sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That does play into our favor. Opponent, I'll just block. Why would you attack here? Yeah, that seems bad. I guess also I could just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play Exalted Sunborn, and then bossing say a land because that's only 4. Yeah, no, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I would still need. So I'd have to draw a land, but I could 4 to get rid of that. Well, 4 to them, and then bossing say something. I guess yeah, there was still a way to get there. Yeah, weird game though. That progressed not in a way I thought they would, but they were leaning heavy on the discard aspect of the deck. We kind of got lucky that we survived so long with their monument out, though. All right, let's keep it. Ugh, can we outrace opposing Llanowar Elves and Badger Moles? Let's find out. Oh, Patchwork Banner. On bird, even. Whoa. Man, sometimes you think you know where things are going and you have no idea, you know? Manually tapping here, by the way, to make sure that we can make use of Get Lost if necessary. What is this? Side quest chocobo. Yeah, alright. You got it, I guess. I'm just going to get rid of these birds because I feel like that's how we lose. We can set up this combo for later. Might as well attack. Alright. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite 8. What even is this? Create 2/2 green. Oh, so this is just mono green birds. That's crazy. Chocobo kick our land and not our Badger Mole Cub for some reason. Alright, I'm game, I guess. I'm going to play this so we can't get whatever. Chocobo kick. Oh, I can't play that now. I have to play this. Hoping we can't get Chocobo kicked into oblivion next turn. Mono green birds. I guess there's enough that you could do that. Could also be splashing for another color and we haven't seen it yet. Oh, are we going to Chocobo kick again? Oh my gosh. Sure. Why not? You got it. Yeah, might as well get more damage in there. Yeah, no blocks. I mean, we'll go for it. See if there's another Chocobo kick or whatever. Like, I don't even know. What is it? Target creature you control deals damage equals power to target creature and opponent goes. So if the spell was kicked, you deal twice that damage. Yeah, it makes sense. So I would have lost this anyway. Even if I could have played it last turn. Oh my god, and they have Bartz and Boko. Oh, opponent. Alright. Yeah, alright. We just lose to mono green birds, man. If they just draw the good draw and you don't, what are you going to do? Yeah, you got it. We don't even come back from this, right? Sure. And they're going to get rid of another creature here. They drew... All right, you drew triple Chocobo Kick. I didn't even have a chance. Fine. Yeah, so this deck's kind of interesting in the sense of I think it still actually wants to play something like Vivian Reed, realistically. Probably like one less Exalted Sunborn. Probably just cut the one Overlord, go to a full, or not a full set, but a pair of Twin Maw Stormbroods. Because I think there's enough spots where Vivian is actually good. But there is something really interesting to talk about this particular deck. And it's the fact that we have the, I guess, the Incarnations coming out in Lorwyn. And the red one would be very good in here, the red-green one. Because you'd be able to use it for 3 points of damage. You'd be able to use it to search for a land. It's a good late-game body, right, to give you all those extra pieces. I like it, and I would probably play it in here, maybe over the Twin Maw Stormbrood, because you can spend the 3 damage anywhere, you know, whereas Stormbrood can only hit a non-flying creature. Now, admittedly, it does 5 as opposed to 3, so I think that's something to consider. But also the red-white one could be playable as well, right? Because that one makes a 1/1, and also, or it maybe makes a pair of 1/1s. And then either way, it makes a token creature. And then the other half is put +1/+1 on things and give things haste, which could be kind of another shortcut here to Exalted Sunborn for 2, play the red side of the other thing for 2, Sunborn attacks for 5 with haste and whatever, plus your other creatures get a bonus. So I think adding the Incarnation to this deck could take it to the next level a little bit. So we're going to have to think about in the future kind of what's the most important things to the deck and what we could do without. And it may even be as simple as saying, hey, maybe we take our chances on one less Abrade or one less Paleontologist because we have these other options for 2 mana, and take a look at that. Not to mention, you know, other fast lands that make their way back into the format, whatever, so, or shock lands. So there's a lot that Lorwyn is going to bring to this type of deck that we're going to have real conversations about, because those Incarnations kind of want to be played in a deck just like this. But this list will be up over on Moxfield if you want to give it a go. Otherwise, look forward to playing Standard with Lorwyn here pretty soon. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.